in the spirit of dirty politics and dirty politicians, I am hearing that there is a mayor. Now, I don't know. I'm going to be reviewing this for the first time just like y'all. I am going to be reviewing this for the first time just like y'all. All right? They are saying that there is a mayor. Now, in the same way that we discovered Tiffany Henyard, we're going to be having a conversation about an entirely different mayor. But before we get into this mayor in particular, this new Illinois mayor that people are now saying that there's more corruption, he's way worse than Tiffany Henyard. That's what the sentiment is. That's what the headline said on the email that y'all sent me to review this. Before we get into that, I want y'all to be able to compare the two. Okay? Remember when we discovered Tiffany? Remember when we discovered Tiffany? We discovered Tiffany on a whim, right? It was just a happenstance. Somebody sent me an email that said, Anton, this lady is crazy. She looked like Lil Wayne. And I said, okay, well, let me look at the video. I looked at the video. I said, this woman is insane. Now look where we are. A year later, they got the FBI investigating her and all of this stuff, right? Okay, cool. No worries. And so I want you to be able to have a comparative analysis and then be able to look at them both and then make an objective decision as to whether or not you think that this new mayor that I'm going to introduce to you, this young man right here, is worse than Tiffany Henyard, like people are saying, or whether or not you actually think that Tiffany is still the worst mayor in America. Okay? What's up, Veronica? What's up, family? So let me remind you of the most recent headlines and what happened over in Dalton and Thornton Township with regard to Tiffany Henyard before we move over into the new mayor.
Andrea. Good morning. Well, before the disorder and chaos, Dalton trustees were able to get enough votes to override Mayor Tiffany Henyard's veto to have former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot investigate.
Lawrence Roberts, we gonna get there too. We covering that next.
Spending of village finances. But things got out of hand after Henyard didn't allow Lightfoot to speak and tried to end the board meeting.
Sir, let her speak! Let her speak! Let her speak! Let her speak!
Hey, y'all so bad over there in Illinois and all of these little towns, these little hick towns that y'all got running into the ground, overtaxing y'all and stuff like that. Y'all so bad that y'all will go and get, based off of popularity and identity politics, y'all gonna go and get the old mayor of Chicago that did a horrible job, that only served one term and got kicked out and only got elected based off of her preferences and who it is that she slept with. Y'all went and got her in order to try to make a splash, in order to do an investigation into Tiffany Henyard. So you go and get another trash politician to come and deal with the trash politician that's basically being labeled as the worst mayor in America. And then y'all over here parading it around and it's just becoming more of a circus. That's how bad a lot of these cities are, bro.
What
I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton. We have not rested while this procedural matter is in limbo, and we're not going to allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts.
Yeah, and Lightfoot's microphone was then cut off and she was not able to finish her remarks. This is when tempers flared among residents. Police then stepped in and started to clear the room, even threatening to jail anyone who didn't leave. After the meeting, Lightfoot issued a statement saying, quote, the majority of trustees remain committed to performing their fiduciary responsibilities on fiscal oversight and advocating for the best interests of Dalton residents.
Like paying you $400 an hour when the FBI is already investigated. But we'll get there.
They understand that village residents deserve a transparent and thorough process. Now, many residents who attended stated they are determined to get Henyard out of office.
We've got to take our village and our township back in that order. And we've got to get rid of the administration, the current administration, minus the people's trustees that are fighting for us.
Yeah, you're not going to understand until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But baby, they on to you.
So that is what's happening in the clown show that's going on over in Dalton. But they telling me that it's a mayor over there in a completely different town, and his name is Christopher J. Clark. And they saying that he's worse than Tiffany Henyard, but this is just the beginning. Let's review it together and figure it out. This is insane.
Tonight, another South suburban town faces controversy.
Just like we've seen in Dalton, it involves the community protesting against their mayor.
Our Nate Rogers picks up the story from here in Harvey.
There are many issues here in Harvey that residents have brought to our attention. Residents marched from a nearby church right here to the municipal center before tonight's meeting. Several police officers were on hand, some residents calling that an intimidation tactic.
We're just seeking the transparency, participatory governance. We have several questions about
She able to use them big words. Hey, get a shout out to all of the people that know how to say participatory correctly the first time. Man, knowing how to use all of them big words. Shout out to Kobe Chapman, Harvey 2nd Ward Alderman. Alderman is a thing over there in Illinois, in all of these low-key Chicago cities. Shout out to her for being able to get that word off without even stuttering. She said participatory. I like that. You know what, C students, we get impressed by big words.
Officers were on hand, some residents calling that an intimidation tactic.
We're just seeking the transparency, participatory governance. We have several questions about the bills list, and if we know what's going on in adjacent communities, we certainly don't
Look at the participatory government, adjacent communities. She didn't just use other communities. Who is this woman? Harpo. Hey. Get this woman on, get her an invitation so we can get her on the Millionaire Morning Show, and let's have a conversation. Participatory, adjacent communities, not other communities or communities next door, people that are a part of what it is that we got going on. No, this is participatory governance, and we want to know what's going on with adjacent communities. Talk to them. Talk to them, baby.
The bills list, and if we know what's going on in adjacent communities, we certainly don't want to model those types of things.
Stop holding the license! Leave the churches alone!
Tension in suburban Harvey continues to grow. Residents taking their fight to the street in a peaceful protest.
Not the babies out there.
Finally, outside Harvey's municipal center, residents holding signs. One of them saying, quote, Mayor Clark is worse than Tiffany Henyard. Another one, quote, stop harassing vendors. Business owners saying their licenses are being held up. Residents complaining of a 3% water hike. Pastors outraged after Harvey churches are now required to obtain a business license or their doors threaten to be closed. At least 2 city council members and a packed room of concerned residents are calling for transparency on how village dollars are being spent. The mayor's critics are also asking that his administration be investigated along with his business dealings.
It's unacceptable. You have been elected to serve. You should serve with integrity, not pushing the agenda of the mayor, not pushing the agenda of what he has asked you to do in his office, but I'm expecting people to do what they have been elected to do. And when you get aside from that, then you need to be removed. What? Why are you intimidating somebody with a business? How can this happen when we got more policemen here than I've ever seen in a year? Who's paying for all of this? Who's paying for all of this stuff we got going?
When it comes to the money, we just ask for transparency. You're an attorney, you know that.
Now, city council members tell us more than 70 businesses and over 100 churches are impacted by Mayor Chris Clark's latest mandates. We asked to speak to Mayor Clark. I even gave my business card to his chief of staff. We were told no, that he is not available.
I don't like that. You can't close all of the churches. Why is there so many churches in these small towns? But more importantly, 70 businesses? Nah, that's not a good look, big dog. We're going to approach this the same way that we approached the Tiffany Henyard situation. What's his name? Christopher Clark? Harvey Mayor. Christopher Clark. Yep, that's him. Same type of website, same thing. All right, well, let's see what we got here.
Thank you for calling the City of Harvey. Press 1 for senior services. Press 2 for the police department. Press 3 for human resources. Press 4 for the water department. Press 5 for public works. Press 6 for the mayor's office. Press 7 for Lewis Williams. Telephone number 708-893-3019. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hi, my name is Anton Daniels, and I was looking to reach out to Christopher Clark. I understand he's the mayor of Harvey, and I'd love to get his perspective because it seems as though he's been getting a lot of negative coverage about how he's managing the city. But I'm interested in speaking with him and hopefully painting a better picture or a better light of getting his side of the story, because I think that the media can be absolutely slanderous towards some of our politicians, especially the politicians that we have in a lot of these small towns. And I don't think it's right that he's being compared to Mayor Tiffany Henyard over in Dalton. So again, my name is Anton Daniels. I have a significant following on YouTube. I'd love to be the first person to be able to speak on behalf of Mr. Clark. I actually like that name. I remember listening to Mr. Clark on Lean On Me. Neither here nor there. Anyways, if you guys can give me a call back at 313, that is 313. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are absolutely awesome. And I'm available anytime. Have a good one. Anyways, neither here nor there. So we definitely want... We definitely want to make sure that we give our politicians not just one side of the spectrum, but we definitely want to give them the opportunity to speak to whether or not what they're being accused of and the negativity that's associated with it. So hopefully we can get that interview. We're going to reach out to them. We're going to double back. We're going to put a little bit of pressure on them as far as to make sure that they speak to us. And I'm going to see what I can get for you guys over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. All right. Oh man, don't listen. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. This is how we move in corporate America. It's a little bit different. Michael Mitchell Jr. says, AD, Elon says he's going to ban Apple at his companies. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go and review that. Send that to me in my email. And I'll look into it a little bit. Send me the article. And I'll look into it. All right. Don't.